Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of
What do we call this?
what do I don't know. What do we call this, Adeel?
It's just random things.
I'm gonna do this every time. Let me check if the video is recording
Yeah, sure.
because what happened yesterday? Because we actually did record an episode yesterday, but then after found out
Yeah,
the
and
video wasn't recording.
we didn't
So
have the
we
time
love,
or the energy to do a recording again, so we decided to do
yeah,
it today.
but yeah, well, we're going to be talking about the same topic. This is how passionate we are about football, guys. We will talk about the very same topic and the very same things again, and we'll probably unearth something new. Maybe that was just meant to be, right?
Yeah, true. And when we decided yesterday that we'll do another recording today, I was just thinking, do we have the energy to talk about the same things again? But
Yes, we
then
do.
I was like, it's just football. Yeah, we will
It's
we will
just
be
football.
able to. Yeah,
I remember as kids, I would call you, and we would endlessly talk about
yeah,
football. I remember, for a little bit of background for everyone on here, Adil and I embarked on a journey to actually become chartered accountants a
yeah,
very long time ago. And I remember our joint study would turn
yeah.
into a
I remember.
conversation about football.
The studies always took the back seat. When we were together, I mean, we would plan to meet up to study, and probably 15 minutes into the session, we just spark a conversation about something about football, and 2 hours later, we know, okay, it's got time to go home. We've done zilch studying.
I think yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
that's just us, guys. Like that's
yeah,
just how
yeah.
much we. And so we thought, why not? Why don't we share that? And I mean, we've talked about this before, I know, but we will say it again and again. Any person that I meet out there talk about football. It amazes me, how much this sport means to everyone. So, and I'm
Yeah,
talking about
no
the real
doubt.
football. I'm not talking about.
The American football. Yeah,
I don't know why they call it football. You
yeah,
literally kick it with their
yeah.
hands. They throw it
Well,
with their hands. They don't kick it with their.
exactly.
Well, sometimes when they feel like it, they. I can never understand the game, and I've tried.
Yeah,
I've tried.
I've not even tried because I know I won't be able to.
Well, I
Keep,
mean, you have a
I won't be
choice in
able
the
to keep.
matter.
I watch them games live because of the time difference, first of all, and I hardly know anyone who I can talk to about it who can basically educate me about it. So yeah, I never bothered really.
I do know a lot of people who love the
Oh
game.
well, then you should
To
give it a go because they
Unfortunately,
seem they seem really
but
passionate about it as well.
they do because it's the World Championship. It's the
Yeah,
World Cup.
of US.
So let's talk about the games of the weekend, man.
Yeah,
So we're going to talk about Manchester United and where they are, and obviously some of the reports that are coming out of the detailed work that Michael Carrick is putting into training grounds and watching videos, and obviously that amazing victory, and also about a little bit about how Paddy Power and the likes of them are making really cool memes out of the situation out there at Arsenal, and then obviously
oh,
we can talk about Liverpool and where it sits right now.
sure.
I
Let's get into
think
it.
you and I talked about this yesterday,
Yeah.
and
But
we
there's no harm. I don't mind talking about it
no
again.
no oh yeah, there's absolutely no harm. We can talk about it at length. I can share my real emotions about how I feel about the situation, but I think it's probably best that we are recording this episode again because what I said to you yesterday is actually quite prevalent right now. Twitter is blowing up with I say Twitter, X is blowing up with news
Of
around the sacking of Arne Slot. Just a matter
really?
of time.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's without further ado, let's pop in, man. Let's talk about Manchester United Football
Yes.
Club, GGMU.
Yes. Let's do that. Let's do GGMU, bro, all the way. Yeah. Yeah. Great result for the team, for the club, and I was really happy. Yes, I was so gassed yesterday.
Tell
I think I
me how
told you
you
about.
really feel, Adil. I can't sense the emotion.
Yeah, I think a day has passed and those feelings have settled down a bit. But as I told you yesterday, after a very long time, I found myself standing next to the TV in the last 10 minutes of the game, and just squeezing my body and just waiting for the game to get over when we were in the lead.
Yeah.
That was a feeling that I've not had for a very long time. I think the last time I had it was when Ole was at the wheel.
Yeah.
But
Give him
since
what he
then,
wants.
yeah, but since then I've not had that feeling. And yesterday it was pretty involuntary. Um,
Yeah.
and halfway through that, I was like, okay, I'm actually genuinely excited for the team, and
Yeah,
it's
the direction
basically
that they're
it's
taking.
not only it's and that's not only got to do with the results. Okay, we've got the results in the since Ole as well. It's just that what the team represented, the way team was playing, the passion in the last two games has been evident. There has been evident that the players want to do well for the club.
Hmm.
The players are pushing themselves. Players are playing not only for the club but for each other as well. I see a lot of harmony with them going forward, and more than that, I see a lot of harmony between the players in defense as well. So they're
Yeah,
defending as a team, which is
yeah,
basically very important. It's not so they've not left it just to the defenders to defend. The wingers and the central
yeah. They're
midfielders
playing
are
as a team.
defending. Yes,
Yeah.
the
Well, I mean,
forwards are even
it
coming
helps
back
a
to
lot,
support them.
Adil. It helps a lot when you have players like, and I know he was not known for tracking back in Wolves in Cunha, and you know how much I love that guy.
Yeah, yeah,
He's probably one of the hardest workers on the
yeah,
pitch anytime he plays.
yeah.
And I always thought that when he goes to a big team, you will see a lot more of hard work from him, and he's showing that right now. Anytime
Yeah.
he steps on the pitch, man, like you see him in all pockets of the game.
As a matter of fact, I actually watched his post-match interview today,
Okay.
and what was very really refreshing was that he said that I games like these, like United, Arsenal, or the big team, the big six playing amongst each other, and when they go down to the wire and the stakes are high. He's like, I watched those games on television, and now to be involved in one of them means everything to me. So
Yeah, yeah,
goes a
yeah,
lot to show that he's actually genuinely excited to play for the club and play in these
yeah,
big games. And yeah,
yeah.
he said that he did mention that he is not happy about being on the bench at the start of the games, but he's more than happy to come in and help the team and help the club move forward, just the way he contributed in last game by a goal,
Mm,
and even before that with an assist in the previous game.
yeah.
So he is becoming a very good impact player. I know that he wants to start and he has the quality to start as well, but the way. And I think that's going to come in when we are playing against different opposition. With all due
Hmm.
respect to other teams, in
Hmm.
these games we had to stick to a plan, and thankfully we had players to adapt to execute that system.
Right,
Dorgu per se, where we needed him
right.
to track back and support Luke Shaw. I think defensively, Dorgu is much more apt
Yeah.
as compared to Cunha. But then again, in matches, I think we spoke about it yesterday as well. In matches where we need to attack more, I think Cunha would be the perfect guy to play on the left wing and support
Mm,
other players as well. So yeah,
yeah.
I think happy days. I'm happy for Cunha. He's contributed. He despite coming off the bench in both the games, he's contributed
Right.
with an assist in one match and a goal, and what a goal it was.
Cracking
Wonderful
goal. I
goal.
mean, even Dorgu scored a great
Oh
goal.
yeah,
And, I mean, really, do you see, two really, really high
really
class? But
wonderful
but
goals.
those are the margins in these high
Yeah,
quality games.
yeah. They took their chances. They took their
Yeah.
chances. Yeah.
They took the chances.
I was seeing a couple of videos of some Arsenal fans, and they rightly pointed out that their team is okay. They were attributing a lot of it to United's defense as well, but they hardly had any shot outside the box
Well, I mean,
throughout the
this is
game.
Arsenal's problem. This is like when you watch Arsenal, and I think Theo Walcott pointed this out. I think probably in like September, October. When you watch the actual open play from Arsenal, you hardly see them creating much. They predominantly create from set pieces, whether that be corners or free kicks or what have you, and power to them, right? Like that's really good that they do that. But then you're actually, in football, that's not the only avenue, right? Like that's you
Yeah.
probably see 15 to 20% of your goals over the
Uh-huh.
course of the season come from those situations, not just from those situations. So the fact that they've signed Gyökeres and he hasn't really performed. He hasn't looked like a $80 million or £80 million striker that they hoped and expected. In fact, after Jesus has come back from injury, he's looked really good.
Yeah.
He scored a few goals as well, important goals, but that's always been his problem, right? Staying fit and being available in an
Yeah.
Arsenal shirt anyway. He probably had a better record when he was over at Manchester City. But yeah, I mean, Paddy Power and all those guys are taking all of this opportunity to rub it into the Arsenal fans because it's that time of the year. It's that time of the year when they start to crumble, right? January, February, this is when they start to kind of derail. And I mean, I couldn't make me more happier. I'm a Liverpool supporter, so obviously I don't like to see United win. But yesterday, I really wanted United to win
Yeah.
because I can't stand
Actually, I
I
think
can't
I think
stand that
most of the
manager.
fans, I think all the fans except Arsenal fans wanted United to win, to go there and
Right.
And I had seen a few pre-match podcasts and videos of Arsenal fans, and they were expecting Arsenal to smash us in the game properly.
Yeah.
And I can understand that. And I personally, before the game, and even during the game, during the first 20, 30 minutes of the game, I was really concerned for us, for our well-being, for the team.
Yeah. I mean, you are playing at the Emirates, so
And it's not only that, Arsenal, I mean, despite all their failings, Arsenal has been the team to beat this season. They've been really good. Their squad is amazing. They've managed to assemble a squad which can challenge for the title. So I was really concerned with us, with our well-being. But I think where Arsenal's folly was that after scoring the first goal, or the own goal, the first goal being own goal,
mm,
they kind of took the foot off the pedal and they kind of relaxed a bit, which basically gave United the chance to come back into the game.
that's yeah.
Ideally, what they should have
You
done is
can't do
kept the
that in
pressure
these
up.
games.
Yeah, definitely.
You have to. Offense is the best form of defense in these situations.
And I heard a very good thing from someone today where they said that, look, United is fighting to get into top four, while Arsenal is fighting for the title. Yesterday's game showed which team wants it more,
Yeah,
wants their
100%.
aim more.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think a lot of credit has to go to Michael Carrick. I was thinking
You
about
know,
it today.
something that you touched on, and I haven't really heard anybody touch on this yet. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring it up and see,
Mm-hmm.
how people like this idea,
Go on.
or how they see it. Because, and the moment that I explain this to you, you'll say, you know what, you've got a point there. Everyone talks about what a great squad Arsenal has, and this
Yeah.
is true. They
Yeah.
probably have 3 or 4 players in every position.
Yeah.
But what that does to a squad like that in terms of harmony isn't visible, in the first 12, maybe 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
This starts to become a problem over the course of a period. Don't know what that period will look like. And I'll give an example of that. Reports are starting to break that Martin Odegaard
Mm-hmm.
wants to leave Arsenal next year. And Arsenal signed Eze in the summer.
Yeah, they did.
And you can't help but think that that's one of the motivations behind him wanting to leave, because obviously wearing the captain's armband for the past 4 years, you want to be a starter. You don't really want an Eze type of competition. You probably want somebody who can be your understudy. Eze is
Yeah.
not the kind of player that you can be an understudy. He's probably
Yeah.
a starter. And so these cracks will start to appear for Arsenal probably more and more. And
But I think the onus of that lies with Arteta, how he manages Arteta and his staff, how
man
he
management,
manages
yeah.
expectations. Yeah, how he manages expectations. I mean, it's a nice problem to have Eze and Odegaard. Both are quality players fighting for the same position. And considering the amount of games Arsenal would be playing, not only this year till the end of the season, but also next season, they should be having, I think the squad that they have is capable of fighting on all fronts. Just having Odegaard or Eze is not sufficient for them to be challenging. Because as a club,
Sorry, Adeel, as you talk,
Yeah.
just check your WhatsApp messages, but carry on.
Yeah, okay. Just give me a moment. Okay, so as and when as a club, as a big club, right? When whichever competition you enter, your aim is to basically compete and try to win that competition.
Mm-hmm.
From the offset, what happens later in the competition is a separate story. And in order to do that, you have to have a big squad, because obviously
Right.
playing 3 games in a week is not possible. So what I was trying to get at is that Arsenal would need both Eze and Odegaard in their squad for them to be able to challenge on all 4 fronts or whatever they're playing. If they do let Odegaard go, that would be probably because they have not probably, they should ideally have someone in the academy to come up.
Yeah, but okay, here's my question to you.
Yeah.
Do you see a scenario in which you see Eze and Odegaard both starting in a game?
They could be, but then
Can you
for
play
that
2
to
number
happen,
10s?
they could. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Unless Eze plays on the wing, because he can.
No,
I don't think
no, they will be
Odegaard can.
playing. No, even both of them can play as a 10, but that should be against a team who is basically proper defensive team. And then that would take a lot out of Rice's game, because then Rice obviously is a starter. For me, Rice is the first
Yeah.
name on that team sheet. Then Rice plays slowly as a defensive DM, scanning sitting between the center
Yeah.
backs. So when that happens, it takes a lot out of Rice's game. So Rice has to sacrifice a lot in order for these two to play together.
Yeah.
And out of these two, I think Odegaard would be the one expected to be more of a box to box, and Eze to be more of a traditional number 10 and stay up and try to
Yeah.
hurt. But
But
yeah,
then
so,
what happens to the likes of Mourinho? What happens to the likes of some of the other players that they have in these positions? So those players never really get a look in. Because I've noticed Mourinho is become a bit part player of late,
yeah,
and he was scoring goals for fun last year.
yeah. Well, again, I think it all comes back to, so you don't expect both of all the players to play all 90 minutes throughout the season.
No, I get it, but think
I
about
think then they'll
think
have to play the what's that role?
no, I get it. I get what you're saying, but there's a certain stage in your career where you're ready to accept that kind of role. When you're in
Hmm.
your prime,
Yeah.
you're not going to accept it if you're a really good player. Arsenal, arguably, in their midfield, are stacked. They have a really, really good sort of creative, bench, and they, they're really well stocked in their defensive
You
as
know,
well. I think,
for all the
yeah,
creative players they have, they don't play that game. They're
yeah,
very
that's what baffles
so
me. Yeah,
so
well, because
I
they
don't
don't have a
really know what
finisher.
to say
That's why
about them. I don't
they.
really know. Even if they don't have a finisher, I think they have good players up front who can, like Jesus, who can finish
Well, I
half
mean,
chances as well.
he's injury
But
hit, right? Like,
they recycle the ball too much from left to right and right to left, and they just keep going around. When they have a player like Gyökeres up front, they're not putting in enough crosses for
yeah.
him to be able to. And
Well, I
that
mean, they're not
guy's
giving him a pass in behind as well, because really those line breaking passes is really Gyökeres' type of game, right?
yeah.
I don't think a cross is his type of game. I think he's probably more suited because he's powerful. He can fend off defenders and then make the runs, and
Mm,
you know, I think that's more his style. Much like Isak, right? That's how
yeah.
that's what he's built his game on as well.
Right, right, right. Well, again, I guess it's Arteta's headache. I really don't want to
Yeah,
comment
I'm
more
glad
about
it's
that.
his headache.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how sort of Arsenal now go into this period of who have they got in their next little fixtures. I'm
I think
very
I have
curious.
something. They're playing in Champions League Kerath next, and after that they have Leeds, and then they have Sunderland. I'm just talking about the league right now, yeah.
Yeah,
So they've got Leeds, then
Sunderland's going to
Sunderland.
be a difficult game.
Yeah,
Leeds will be a difficult game.
but I
Leeds
think
is
I
an
think
away game.
Sunderland it'll still be good for them to a certain extent because it's at Emirates.
Yes, but
And
Brentford is away.
Brentford is away, and then after that they travel to Spurs and then Chelsea. So I think the next 5 games, one, two, three, four, one, two,
And then
three, four,
they're
five.
playing Spurs away,
Yeah,
and then they're
Spurs and
playing
then
Brighton
Chelsea. No,
away.
no, no, not Brighton. Before Brighton, they have Chelsea
But that's in
at
the FA
home.
Cup. That's
No, no,
that's
no,
in the FA Cup.
no. FA Cup is bigger.
Oh wait, then that's isn't that the Carabao Cup then?
Carabao Cup is after Leeds, Chelsea, but then they're playing Leeds on 1st March
Yeah, they're
in league
playing
as well.
Leeds. They're playing Leeds on 1st of January. Then they have the Chelsea game, but that's
On 3rd
at the
Feb. That's
semi-final.
second leg semi
Yeah.
final. Then on 7th they
Um.
have Sunderland.
Oh, yeah,
On
they've got Arsenal, Chelsea on the March the 1st. Yeah. Wow, this
yes,
is a difficult period that they have to kind of navigate through. And really, like looking at their last 4 or 5 fixtures, if it comes down to the wire,
mm.
I think they may have the league packed in because they're playing City and then Newcastle. But then look at their following games. They're playing Fulham at home. They're playing West Ham away. They're
Hmm.
playing Burnley at home. And then they're playing Crystal Palace as the final game of the season.
Yeah.
So
And the best part is City
if it
is
goes
playing
down,
Aston Villa in the last game of the season.
imagine if those are the top 2 teams fighting and that comes to the
That'll
final
be
day. That will
amazing. That'll be an
be,
amazing close to the season.
yeah, that will be a really good
And
finale.
guess what? United wins the league. They both they get a draw and United wins the league. Oh, imagine.
They draw and then they give the league as charity to Manchester United. Is that what you're saying?
I don't mind.
Just the trophy, not the title.
The title, of course. Arsenal totally implodes and I don't know, they finish
Yeah.
out of the Champions League places. And then 10 years down the line, everyone will be talking about this season where Arsenal was January were going to be we're 7 points
I
ahead.
don't think people are going to be 10 years down the lane. They're going to be talking about this season. Look at it in hindsight. like they've done this many times before, where they're
Yeah.
like really good at, like until December, and then the injuries come, and then
Or
they're
probably 10
kind
years down the
of
line, they'll be talking. This was the period
the
where
closest they got.
United got back to the.
Yeah, I think everyone's gonna be looking back with, and laughing actually. Like, remember when they thought they're back again?
Or they'll go like maybe 5 years down the line. They'll go like, this is the point where Liverpool decided to give Arne Slot a contract extension till 2030.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
hope
let's
we
let's
don't
talk
do
about
that.
Arne Slot. Let's talk about
No,
Arne
no, we'll
Slot.
talk about it. We'll talk about him as well. But
Okay.
let's keep talking about, because I really want your perspective on Michael
On
Carrick, and
Michael Carrick, yeah.
um and sort of the place that he's in, because so much like the situation that I find Liverpool in,
Mm-hmm.
potentially the kind of position that we could find Liverpool in is, Xabi Alonso probably doesn't come in right now. He comes in the summer.
Yeah.
Arne Slot gets sacked right now. Liverpool are looking for an interim manager. Gerrard comes in, and Gerrard's been asking. Well, there's been reports that Gerrard is saying that if he gets an opportunity, he wants to be given a fair shot at assessment on, whether he should be taking the job long term or not. Now, Carrick finds himself in a position where, he came on before and he did really well.
Yeah.
He's been undefeated basically
Yeah.
thus far.
Yeah.
And then, I can't remember who took over at that point. Who was it? Was it Ollie, or was it?
I think Ole came in
yeah,
after.
yeah. And then, obviously now he's come in, and I wonder who's going to be given the role in the summer. But do you think he's going to be given a fair shot of assessment in the summer? B, who do you think comes and takes over? Because they're not that many really good managers out there right now. So you're probably looking for like a Liam Rosevan or something like that, right?
What? Who? We? Liam Rosenier? Why?
Well, I mean, a manager like that who's
No, no.
young, got a lot of promise.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what the. To be honest with you, first, okay, let me just talk about Carrick for the time being. So yeah, Carrick has come in and he's really galvanized the team, and the team is responding to him. Whether Carrick will be given a fair shot, it's basically with the owners. But I guess 2 games in, yeah, massive games, but playing against bigger teams has not been United's problem of late. It's the smaller teams that have hurt us. So as we discussed yesterday as well, that maybe 7-8 games down it'll be much more clear how good or not Carrick would be for the job. Obviously, if the players are responding to him and Carrick has a long-term plan, then definitely he should be given a total what's that called?
A fair shot, basically.
A fair shot, yeah.
Yeah.
But if
I keep hearing Gary Neville say that you need somebody with a United DNA to run shop, and I think what he's trying to say is somebody who understands the emotions of the fans, and he understands the expectations and so on and so forth. And
see, that was,
I find it very hard to believe how a manager can come in and not understand that, because it's just basically somebody telling you that this is what's expected and this is what the job is, and you're off to the races. So I don't quite understand that.
Yeah, no, I understand that. But what I'm trying to say is that, what's that called? See, United's DNA and everything, I think sometimes you have to move past what has happened in the past. I think United just needs a bit of stability and everyone hauling together to move in the right direction. You've brought in.
Yeah, I think they need a couple of years in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Just like no expectation, just make sure you kind of steady the ship and get revenues back again. I think this is the first time in the history of English football that Liverpool has overtaken in revenue generation over Manchester United.
Right. And that's got a lot to do with United missing out on Champions League spots. And even it'll hurt more so
Well, I'm
this
talking
season.
about commercial.
Yeah, the commercial
revenue. Yeah.
Oh, commercial revenue. Okay, just purely commercial, not the sporting side of it. Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense. But hopefully,
I think it's the total revenue as well. But go on, sorry.
But United still has that kind of fan base that it shouldn't take United to get back to those levels. But given that they are good on the pitch, good in their performances, it's not just so you can't be ignorant of the fact that if you don't perform well, you can continue getting good commercial revenue. I mean, they both go hand in hand. United still has a very strong fan base
almost
worldwide.
Become a bit of a laughing stock.
Yeah, true. And United still has a huge fan base around the
Of
world.
course they do. Yeah.
If they do manage to get back, they'll only go ahead and kind of get back to those being commercially strong as well.
Mm.
It's not like they'll have to rebuild their reputation and stuff. No, no, no. They've still got a die-hard fan base. Fans were just waiting for them. The way I've seen social media blow up in the past day or two, Carrick, since the City win, and more so after Arsenal's win yesterday, shows how much interest there is in United throughout the world.
Of course, yeah. I've had people, friends of mine, who've messaged me, after a very long time.
Yeah,
Obviously, our friends group, and then
yeah,
there's,
yeah, yeah.
other folks as well who are United supporters who've been
Yeah.
basically not wanting to talk about football for the past 2.5, 3 years, and they all of a sudden they message me. I'm like,
No, I
okay,
was of the same.
where we, yeah,
I was of the same. There were times, especially under Erik ten Hag, I remember, where I wouldn't want to watch our football because our football didn't make sense at the time. I don't know what we were going through motions. There was no aim, no pattern, nothing, no
lose,
attacking, no. Sorry,
lose or solid
off. What do you mean loose or solid?
motion.
Yeah, very loose, very loose. And yeah, it was pathetic to watch.
Yeah.
But in the past 2 days, even under Amorim, I mean, there were flashes of good
Mm.
attacking play, but then it wasn't
Not
all
just
that.
that, I think there was flashes of just stabilizing the club a little bit, giving,
Mm,
sort of looking into the academy.
mm.
He obviously bought in what's that guy's, the defender, Aiden something?
Aiden Heaven, yeah.
Aiden, yeah,
Aiden
Aiden
Heaven,
Heaven.
yeah.
Yeah, I think he bought him through, right? Amarim bought him
Yes,
through.
yes, yes, yes.
He looks really
And by the way,
good.
today I was just thinking that a lot of I know this might be very controversial, but I know Carrick
Oh my
has
God.
managed to win two of these seasons, but a lot of credit for these wins goes to Ruben Amorim as well because the players that
Of
he's
course.
brought in
Yeah.
have actually made the difference.
Well,
To
it always begs
although
the
he was
question,
not
right?
able to use those tools properly for
Yeah.
his own
Not just
benefit.
that, like he actually froze out a few players
Yeah,
who
but he's actually.
deserved.
But to be honest with you, he's managed to bring those signings who have strengthened the squad in the long run. So
Yes,
I would
I
give
agree.
him that credit. I mean, it was yeah, it didn't turn out well for him, and I wish him all the best for the future. And who am I to? I mean, I'm sure he'll find takers, but I would like to thank him for the fact that he's given us Mbuemo and Cunha and Dorgu, which
Yeah.
has helped basically, which has helped us in the long run.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. There is a lot of greatness that he bought. He attracted a lot of good talent as well that
yeah,
maybe otherwise you're not able to attract with the likes of Carrick and so on and so forth, right? So I
yeah.
think it's a really good base to start from. And of course, United has one of the best academies in the country, if
Mm.
not in Europe. So there's definitely a betting for players to come through. And I think there's a really good with Amarim, you actually saw a good construction of a squad. I don't think there's an area on the pitch, barring let's say your defensive mid, which needs reinforcements. I think every area is stacked with good second,
Mhm.
third, and good sort of age brackets as well. And so it looks like there's been a thought process behind,
And I'm hearing, Carrick wants to sign this midfielder
Adam Wharton.
from no Hayden Hackney from Middlesbrough because Carrick was a Middlesbrough manager and he
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
feels that this particular midfielder is actually a Premier League level midfielder playing in the Championship, and apparently that's an agreement by a lot
Well,
of
yeah,
people
you
who
know
watch
what? There are a lot
Championship.
of those out there in the
Yeah,
championship. You just have to know or
yeah,
watch the games,
and
I
and
guess.
and I would trust Carrick for that particular role because that was a role that was Carrick's during his playing time. So I would trust his
So he
judgment
would
for
know
that
it better than
particular role.
most. Yeah.
So this is a player who I think he's asked United's hierarchy to look at. So let's see what happens.
Yeah.
He's still
So,
young footballer. He's 23 years old. Uh, so it'll be
hmm,
interesting to see if that happens. And I think Middlesbrough has put a price tag of 30 million on him. Whereas
not bad.
feel if we go for Adam Wharton, Carlos
That's
Baleba,
100 mil.
yeah, even if not
That's
100,
both
I
of them
think it's
100.
north of 80. North of 80
Yeah.
80 for all those players.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I think because of Glasner moving on, I think that price tag may come down a little bit.
Hard to
Simply
say. Hard to
because
say.
Glasner is a very well. That's the other thing. Like I think Glasner is a very United type of manager. I think he wants to go to United as well. That's what I'm reading anyway from a lot of different resources. But speaking of managers changing and hopping around,
I think United's hierarchy should not look at other managers. Just focus on what's happening. Yeah, they could.
I think
on
they
the
should go for Ole.
background.
I think they should go
Ole.
back for Ole.
You know what I
The
think?
style of football.
You know what I
the
think? They should take Ole as a director of football, probably. Probably sporting director
Yeah.
or something, because he's the one who actually identified. I was thinking about it this today as well. Who identified Erling Haaland? Who had recommended Erling Haaland to
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah,
United?
but yeah, like he came from his freaking country, bro.
Yeah, no, he was in the same club.
He played for his
He
team.
wasn't
Like he was a manager at the
No,
time.
I completely understand. But what I'm trying to say is that he had actually given that recommendation to United that you should sign him. And there was one more player I can't remember right now. There was one more player he had recommended to United. But in any case, I can't remember that right now. But I guess having Ole again back, because I think he has an eye for a good player.
Sadio Mane, maybe.
No, I can't remember, to be honest with you. I don't want to take names. I can't remember, honestly. I was thinking about it in the afternoon because I'm like, yeah, why can't we take Ole into that? But I can't remember right now because there was one more player he had recommended. It just skips my mind right now. If it does come, I'll let you know.
Okay, so let's shift gears and talk about Liverpool and Arne's slot.
Sure.
Liverpool. I'll set up the context. Liverpool won 5 games back to back in August. They have not won. Well, no, that's not true. They've won 5 Premier League games since September. Before the game against Burnley, they were on a 13-match unbeaten run, which was advertised as a 13-game unbeaten run. But
in actual, it was.
No, it was a 13-game unbeaten run, but the problem is most of them were draws.
Yeah, okay.
And I'll give you context. So after the loss to Burnley, Liverpool have not won a game in 5. So they've drawn 4 games prior to Burnley in the Premier League.
They've drawn 4 games.
How do you do that?
So that's
like if it's any other big
3
club.
Games. 3 games before Burnley.
No, 4 Premier League games. They drew 4 Premier League games and they've lost the 5th.
No. They've won. They won against. Okay. So they've drawn against Arsenal, Leeds, and Fulham only 3. Before that, they've won against Poole, Spurs, and Brighton. Yeah.
Yes. So I guess we did win against Spurs. I think Spurs was probably a last victory prior to this. So maybe I got that one wrong. I'll take that back.
That's fine. I forgive you. Go on.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, no, I'm right.
What was that?
Oh yeah, we won against Wolves.
Are you okay, bro?
1, 2, 3,
bro.
4.
You all right?
No, actually,
yeah.
Habibi. The Bournemouth, sorry, not Burnley. Bournemouth, obviously we lost. But prior to that, we drew against Burnley.
I know, because you said Burnley you started Burnley.
Sorry.
Yeah, then it's 4. Yeah. It's okay, I forgive you. It's okay, let's move on. I don't want to dwell on your mistakes. Go on.
So, think about it like this.
Yeah. So basically, they've dropped.
No, Adeel.
They've dropped 8 points.
I'm setting up the context.
11 points, 15. Okay.
Let me set it up. Okay.
Yeah.
So, if it's any other big team, any other, title contending team, like the likes of Real Madrid or Barcelona or Manchester United, Chelsea. In fact, Manchester United and Chelsea have both changed managers because they were sitting at 6th. And okay, I understand that we're Liverpool.
Can I interject?
No, you cannot, because I haven't finished.
No. Okay, go on.
Any other, so okay, I get it. Like a lot of Liverpool supporters, and this is just the opinion of some Liverpool supporters who think they're better than others. I don't know, there's always a set of supporters who think, or like, we are better than you are. We are the shit, but you guys don't know what the essence of the club is. And everyone supports the same freaking club for the same freaking reasons. So sit down and shut up. Everyone's
Right.
opinion matters.
Yeah.
That's why these guys play on television, so we
Yeah.
can sit here and talk about them. So
Right.
anyway, they say, "Oh, we're Liverpool Football Club, and we are a lot more patient than some of these other clubs are in terms of making decisions, and we should definitely give the manager more grace. And managers mean a lot to us." And Carragher says that we have managers' names or faces on our murals basically before games,
Throughout the
and
city.
managers mean a lot more to us than they do to other clubs.
Mm.
What the fuck kind of nonsense is this?
Mm.
All that matters to a football fan is winning games, and if you're not winning games, the least we expect is some sort of effort on the pitch. It
Mm.
doesn't take a lot to motivate players to play against Real Madrid,
Yeah.
based on their position in the team in the Premier League this season. Man City, Arsenal, some of these Chelsea, these clubs. It doesn't take a lot of motivation to motivate the players, and Liverpool have done well against these teams, barring probably City. I didn't think Liverpool played well in that game. We were actually pretty shit. I thought we were pretty shit. We are slowing down games in matches against mid-table and lower-table teams like your Burnleys, like your, with all due respect, Fulham, Bournemouth, Leeds. These are games that we should be winning,
Yeah.
or at least be performing one after the other. So many times you see Shabazz like at the ball, and he, like Salah will be running, or Frimpong is going to be running on the other end, and he's just going to turn around and pass it back to Curtis Jones or to Van Dijk, and you want to, or it's Curtis Jones doing that, and you really want to pull your hair out at that point and just close the television, because it's like the same thing again and again. And he does, like, this seems like something Slot wanted to do,
Which is?
very obviously, which is he wanted a bit more balance, because Jurgen Klopp's football was too rock and roll, and this was his magic sprinkle dust of basically, more measured football, which is basically killing the club, I feel. And the safe approach is taking us too much on the other side. Like, there's no like measure of attack and defense. There's too much of safety first. They're not playing to win; they're playing to not lose.
Yeah.
And in the end, what they're doing is they're losing it.
And I think that's the same. I think when we were discussing Arsenal. I think that's the same approach Arsenal has.
Exactly, side to side.
Although I was actually wanting to mention this to you, which I didn't get a chance. So I think where United is actually being successful is, I think again, I could be wrong, but what I've noticed is that we have Carrick has given a particular set of instructions for United to defend. Okay, so these are non-negotiables. You have to defend in this way. That midfield helps defense, and defense helps midfield, and you attack, you defend as a unit. However, these 3-4 players, when they go on to attack with a quick transition, go and express yourself. Don't worry, we have enough players at the back that if you lose the ball, we can.
That
I
is
think
in essence
that helps.
counter-attacking football.
Yeah,
No, it does.
I think that
because
helps.
because no matter what you say, Adil, like when your back is against the wall,
Yeah.
when your back is against your own goal, the best player in the world is going to be nervous. And when you have somebody running like the likes of a Salah or a Cunha or a Amad Diallo or what have you, is running against you in a counter-attack, the moment your midfielder turns around to pass the other, gives the opportunity for all of the other players to come and overload. And so then where's the advantage gone? Like these players, the mid-table
So
teams
what
that
would
you're
you want
playing
them
against,
to do?
arguably.
What would you want them to do? What do you want Slot to do? I mean, okay.
I think the first thing that needs to be done is remove this handbrake almost that we have in counter-attacking situations. Don't worry about losing the ball. Like, keeping the ball does not mean that you're controlling possession or you're controlling the game. I think Liverpool's play needs to be better out of possession. It almost feels like he wants to conserve the energy of the players by not wanting them to press as much, by them not being out of possession as much, which I think is counterintuitive to how a club like Liverpool plays.
Yeah. I mean,
the energy that Anfield feels off of. Like, I've never seen, like, I've been here in the Hodgson days, and I know it's probably a harsh compare with after Klopp, right? Because Anfield is used to that rock and roll football.
Yeah.
But I've never seen Anfield so quiet in games as much as I've seen it this season. And the amount of times that we've lost at Anfield speaks volumes to that.
Yeah.
So I think his days are numbered. I think it's good that we...
You know what's surprising as well for me? That Liverpool's... I'm sorry, I don't have the right word, so I'm using this word. Liverpool's fall from the kind of football It's been very quick. I mean, the kind of football that we all were used to watch and admire, to be honest with you, I admired that football, that brand of football that Liverpool was playing under Klopp. The abandonment of that football has been so quick, despite Liverpool getting so much success through that brand of football. You know what
And
I'm saying?
spending 450 million in the
Yeah,
summer.
yeah. So I'm actually surprised that they've abandoned those ideas and those ethos so quickly.
Exactly. But I
Jurgen
think this
Klopp,
is more
I
to
don't know
do
if
with a
he's
bit
made
of.
any recommendation before he left on who should take over. I don't know if he had any say.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
we
the
talked.
first season he played it safe, Adil. I think the first season when he came in, he just made a little bit of tweak, brought in Chiesa,
Who?
and
Who? Slot. Yeah,
Art
okay.
Slot. Yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't want to experiment too much,
Mm.
right? Which is probably good management, right? You don't want to.
Yeah, true. I
You want
agree.
to
I agree. And
secure.
everyone actually admired that he's not tweaked. I mean, he had a team who were performing well. Why it was a
They
well-oiled
went on to win
machine.
the league, so like there was
Yeah,
no need to
exactly.
change that.
And I think
Like,
I
and that
think
makes me
Slot
think.
also left it. You go on.
Yeah, go on.
No, I think Slot also left it for like few games to see. Let me find something to work on, and then let me see how the players are performing, because he wanted to see live games on what's happening. I mean, 5 6 games down into the season, we're like, I don't really have to do much. These guys are doing everything for themselves. I'm just let them go through those motions,
Well,
and I think them. I mean,
and that's why we were talking about this thing yesterday, right, Adil? I think that this new brand of managers or new breed of managers that's coming through that think they're freaking tactical geniuses. They don't understand football is all about managing players. It's
yeah,
managing people.
no
And
doubt.
this is where Jurgen Klopp was really good. This is where Sir Alex was really good. This is where Guardiola is very good, even though he's a tactical genius,
Yeah.
but he's an equally good man manager. And this is why I really like what Klopp is doing at RB Leipzig, being the director of football there.
Mm.
He's not training coaches to be tacticians. His
Mm.
job there is to train coaches on how to manage players.
I don't know how much of man manager Guardiola is, but yeah, I think
Yeah, I guess
I've
that's a fair
seen.
point because he gets Daddy
Yeah,
Shake's wallet,
Klopp,
right?
Klopp definitely have seen, and I think through the interviews of the players that have played for him, you can sense that they have a lot of affinity towards him, be it a defender or an attacker. You always sense that ex players do have an affinity towards him. So on for Sir Alex and others that you mentioned, even
Yeah,
Ancelotti too, for that matter.
yeah, it's true. And
But
Zidane,
Zidane, yeah, exactly. Zidane actually demands, he commands
he
respect
demands
no
it.
matter
And
what.
so that brings me to my point about Alonso, right? I think
Yeah.
that's why Alonso is such a good fit for Liverpool right now. It's because he's got that. I think you're on mute, Adil.
No, no,
I lost your. Sorry,
I'm listening to you.
yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
So I guess what I was trying to say is this is why it's so important that I think Liverpool go in for Javi.
Javi Alonso, yeah. Yeah, we
Yeah,
spoke about it.
because think of it like this, right? No, this is a guy who comes in with history at Liverpool. He's won everything everywhere else, and he had that phenomenal record-breaking season at Leverkusen. He has two of those ingredients from that team in this
Yeah.
squad,
Yeah.
in Florian Wirtz and Frimpong. Even though he plays a similar kind of football, he understands the emotion in Anfield. I feel like he may be a better man manager than Arne Slot with.
I don't know about that, to be honest with you. I don't know about that. If you think about it, I mean, I understand that I like Xabi Alonso. I like him. But I don't know if he's a great man manager because of the way that he was let go from Real Madrid. I think if he was a good man manager, I think he would have stayed a bit longer, at least till the end of the season. I think he fell out with a lot of players over there. I'm just being
Yeah,
very,
but then at Madrid, you
very,
kind of expect that. And
I'm being
Madrid,
very
like,
objective about it.
yeah, no, fair enough. Good point.
Yeah.
But,
I know.
okay, I'm not trying to
Madrid is
defend.
different.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
know
trying to
Madrid is
defend
different.
Jabi.
And I would also say that Xabi Alonso. No, I would like him to see. I would like to see him in the Premier League definitely because of what he's achieved with Leverkusen over there in Germany. But then you also have to understand that Premier League is a different beast altogether.
Of course it is. Yeah.
Leverkusen, maybe they'll have 2 3 difficult games throughout the season in German league, in Bundesliga, but in Premier League you don't know what kind of Burnley is going to turn up, what kind of West Ham is going to turn up. I'm surprised West Ham has won
Well, I
their
mean,
last two
come on, Adil.
games.
I think Jabi knows that.
No, I'm sure he knows
He's
that.
played the Premier League, but as a manager,
Yeah,
it's different. I get that too.
yeah.
But I'm saying Jabi is a better alternative for Liverpool right now than Arne Slot. for a number of reasons. One of them being Liverpool is sitting at 6th.
Yeah.
In their next few games, we saw the
Do you think they
we
should
saw the
stick with him
fixture
till the
list.
end of the season, though?
No, I think we're gonna end up in Europa League if Arne Slot stays. And I'll tell you why. Because there have been reports of actually players reporting to senior level execs about them being unhappy about Arne Slot, one of them being Salah. And we know Salah has influence over a lot of young players.
I was thinking that Salah is going to be let go by summer. I mean, I could be
Yeah,
wrong, but
you know, there are reports of that happening because he's going to be in the last year of his contract. They
as
want to capitalize.
as a senior exec of the club,
Yeah.
who has say not already made up their mind, but like 80% into the fact that you're letting this player go. I mean, you'll be letting him go in the summer. Would you consider his opinion on a manager selection?
Well, he's not selecting the manager. I think the
No,
hierarchy
I
is going
mean
to select the manager.
his
But
feedback about manager. No, I completely understand. That's why I
no,
said
no,
his
I agree.
opinion
But
on
if
manager selection.
I'm saying this is the one person in the media
Yeah. Oh,
that
okay.
we know has come out and said it.
Yeah.
But
But I
a
think they've
lot
made
of
up since then,
players,
haven't they?
well, yeah, they haven't made up, but a lot of players, including Van
Yeah.
Dijk, including Szoboszlai, including Gakpo, and all of these other, like, sort of, I would say, bit part senior players, but not Van Dijk and obviously Szoboszlai. They have actually come out in press conferences and said, whatever conversations we have, we will keep that behind closed doors.
Hmm.
What that tells me is they have something to say, but they're obviously not going to say it. But this is their way of saying it. You know what I mean? Like
Probably.
you kind
No,
of
and
speak
I
in
think
sort of cryptic
I was
language.
just thinking now that under Slot, yeah, okay, they've done well last season and gone on to win the league, and that was partially also because the rest of the league was pretty shit.
And not just that, Adeel, I'm hearing a lot of players are actually saying no to Liverpool right now. Actually, there are two examples: Semenyo and Gehi. Gehi was a Liverpool player. The video was shot, the medical was
Really?
done, or what have you, in the summer, and then he ended up not signing. And then in
No, that was
January,
not
we had
because
another
of that.
opportunity.
That was because that was at that point in time. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
at
they
that
wanted
point.
5 million, but he said no in
No, no.
January.
No. In summer, Glasner threatened Crystal Palace hierarchy that if you sell Gehi,
I will
I'll
quit.
resign.
Yeah, he said that.
And then
Yeah,
that's
I
why he
agree.
couldn't go through. I mean, everything else
No,
was
he
agreed
said
between the players.
No, that was in the beginning of the window, but then things changed during the window. He almost signed with Liverpool.
Yeah, no, that was last or second last day of the window.
In
I
the
remember
summer,
that.
last or second last day of the transfer window.
Of the summer
the last
window,
minute. Yeah. And he
And that's when
basically
Glasner
pulled the.
stepped in. No, Glasner stepped in. I remember.
Who the fuck is Glasner? Like
He's the manager of
if
Crystal
a player
Palace. He
wants to
said,
go,
I will not.
No. I get that. If a player wants to go, Glasner is leaving in freaking June
Yeah, because
right now.
he's not
So
given
it
enough
doesn't really matter.
tools. I mean, that depends on. I mean, regardless of player wants to leave, and this is again the shitty Isaac situation again. I mean, if a player wants to leave, doesn't mean that he will get to leave the club.
No.
You have a
The
contract.
club has accepted. The club has
Exactly.
already accepted the. Wait, hold on.
Nothing was signed.
Liverpool puts a bid in.
Yeah,
Crystal Palace accepts it.
agreed.
They're legally obliged to then have the transfer. Then it's just
No.
down to the player.
No,
Then it's just down to the player to accept the terms.
they've accepted the bid, but they can always back up. They've not signed anything. It was more of a verbal thing that we've given this bid, and the club has accepted it.
Yeah,
And then
fair
Glasner
enough.
came
I'll
in.
play Football Manager as well.
I mean, if they had signed it, yeah, that's a different story. Then
Yeah.
they cannot back out because everything has been, the pen has been put to paper. But Glasner and you should understand from the Glasner.
Okay, fair enough. I understand
No,
that.
you listen to me, you bastard guy.
But they had another opportunity in January,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, well,
if
then
everything
that-
was done and sorted out,
Yeah.
if
I
if
agree.
a club like Liverpool that's
How much did
won the
City get him
league
for?
last year,
How much is he?
20 million.
Yeah.
But apparently his
Liverpool bid
wages
for
were
him?
really high.
Liverpool bid for him though.
Yeah,
In
they did.
January. Did it?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, but apparently he wanted big wages and 300,000 something like
I was
that.
actually disappointed with Gehi to go to City. City seemed like
you
an
know what? I was
easy way
kind
out.
of glad. I'm
I
not
was-
gonna lie to you.
I felt like he's taken the easy way out. I mean, I respected him
yeah, I
before
agree.
when he was in Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
But when I heard, okay, Semenyo, I can understand for him to go to City. I can understand completely. But for Gehi, where he was not even, I mean, I don't know. At that point in summer, City didn't even shoe in for Gehi. So
Well,
for him,
that's the example that I'm trying to give you right now. That both these players, Gehi and Semenyo, were already in conversations with Edwards
Liverpool.
and
okay.
and
Do you
Hughes.
think they moved in really slowly? Do you think?
Yes.
Because I think
No.
City
Well,
was
that is
really quick.
I think part of the problem. That is part
Yeah.
of the problem. But like, think of this scenario:
Don't you
Sadio
think?
Mane. Okay, Sadio Mane. Okay, right before he joined Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp gives him a call and says, Sadio, listen, I'm really sorry. Things didn't work out. I really wanted you at Dortmund and I didn't move quick enough.
Yeah.
Come to Liverpool.
Yeah.
And then Sadio says, no, but you have like these players in the position, but I want to play. And Jurgen says, listen, don't worry. You will play. You will play every game.
Yeah.
And then Sadio says, okay, I'm coming. That's the person that you're looking to follow. I don't think, Arne Slot picks up the phone to talk to anybody right now.
Really?
Who is he?
No, I'm asking.
What player will want to play for a manager right now like Arne Slot? I mean, yeah, he's won the league with Liverpool. Okay, I'll give him grace.
Tell me one thing. When you ask this, would you want a player to come in? Because maybe I'm being hypocritical about the whole this, but I just want to know your take on this. Would you want a player to come in because Arne Slot is calling him or not calling him, or would you want a player who wants to come and genuinely play for Liverpool Football Club?
Let's be honest, okay?
Yeah.
That happens probably 80 to 90% of the time. 10%, which is basically the player wanting to come in because they want to play for Liverpool. But the 10%, if there are two great clubs, right? Like if a player like, I don't know, like Odegaard. No, Odegaard is probably a wrong example. Let's say
someone from a smaller club
Enweri,
right now.
like Enweri, who
Who's
went
Enweri?
to Ethan Enweri, who plays for Arsenal.
No, let's talk someone else. Let's say pick someone else.
Okay.
Someone from a smaller club.
Everton.
Not a smaller club.
Everton.
Let's say
NDA.
Oh, NDA. Okay, yeah, good example.
Yeah, I really, really like that. What a freaking player, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Firecracker. He should be at a big club. So think of it like this from his perspective, okay? And he wants to play in Spain.
He's like Matthews Cunha of like Wolves.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So think of it like this. He is right now playing for the Premier League for like a mid to lower table team. Everton is what it is, right?
Yeah.
But he wants to play in Spain one day. And then both Barcelona and Atletico Madrid come and call him.
He did say that. He wants to play in Spain one day. He said
no,
that.
I'm just saying.
Okay,
let's just say he wants to play in Barcelona. In Spain someday.
In Spain, yeah.
Barcelona and Atletico call.
Okay.
And right now, I think both clubs are kind of like the same. Like there's no one better than the other.
I think Barca is still better than Atletico.
Yeah, but Hansi Flick hasn't made a legacy, right?
Let's say they both are same. Go on.
Yeah, they both call. Okay, I forgot Atletico's manager, man. That dickhead. What's his name?
Simeone, Diego Simeone.
Diego Simeone. That ass little piece of shit. I hate him. If he calls him versus Hansi Flick calls him, okay. Like he's indifferent. Like he doesn't really he just wants to go and play in Spain.
Yeah.
Right. He doesn't have any affinity or any loyalty to either of the clubs.
Either club or yeah.
But then these two managers call in. Where does he go?
The one who speaks. I mean, depends if NJI speaks Spanish or German.
Oh come on! Let's say all the parallels are the same.
No, I don't know. I don't know where he'll go. How can I say?
I think he would go. He would go to a manager who has a history and history at the club and has been at the club for more than 4 to 5 years, and therefore the player will know he's going to be at the club for another 4 to 5 years, and will be able to train him and make him a better football player. The promises that are made to him will actually come to fruition. So that would be Diego Simeone. Like that's not going to be Hansi Flick.
Probably.
Give him 2 more years. He's probably going to go to Bayern or somewhere else. That's the point that I'm trying to make, right? That's the problem right now with Liverpool. I don't think any player would get persuaded by a call from Arne Slot, because he's just a coach. He's not a manager. And I thank you, Arne Slot, for the Premier League that you gave us Liverpool supporters. We didn't expect it. We're definitely not complaining. But the recent turn of events after September, that the league form has just been horrible. It's just been unforgiving because of the performances. And I think it's time for a change. And based on the reports that I'm seeing, it looks like if Liverpool don't turn up against Newcastle and City, which I find very, very unlikely the case, that we won't.
I think they'll still beat Newcastle, but I don't think you'll beat City.
Well, that's if we can keep...
wow.
Perfect.
What are the reports on Isaac? When is he back?
Well, I don't know. I think he probably was meant to be out for a couple of months. So I probably think March, mid-March to
Oh
April.
wow.
Yeah. I think he had like a hairline fracture or something
Why
in
is
his
this
leg.
guy not given more chances? What was that? That kid who has played a couple of games and scored in the last
That is
Rio?
another one. That is another one.
Why
Rio
is
and
he not
Gamoa.
being given chances? I mean,
That is another thing that
he
Liverpool
wants to
supporters
manage
are
minutes of the
upset with.
players, right? And he's not giving chances. I mean, that's how the player is going to come up to the
He
level, right?
sold Kwanzaa. He shipped out Harvey Elliott.
Hmm.
Sold Tyler Morton. Now I say he, it's probably Richard Hughes, but he probably
Yeah.
needs the
Yep.
go ahead from
Yeah, but he's the
Arne
face.
Slot
Yeah.
that
So
he's
go
in the
on.
plans or not, right?
Yeah.
So all of these youngsters are now going into Europe and doing great things. And we're sitting here with, for the lack of a better term, with our in our hand
Hmm.
and without any plan.
Rio has not been loaned out, has
And
he?
hmm?
His name is Rio, right?
Ria and Gamoa. No, he's in the squad. He's in the
Yeah.
squad every week. We're naming 2 freaking goalkeepers in every match week, but we can't pick a freaking player from the academy to put into the substitutes bench.
And he's
Like, what
been,
kind of
and I've seen like the kid's only
bro?
going to
He
get
has zero
confidence the
trust
more
in
he
the
plays.
academy. There've been
That's sad.
reports that he doesn't. He gets invited into watching academy games and he doesn't turn up.
You know what happened after City's game last week with United? Carrick went on to watch the under-21s game.
That
He
tells you
showed up
everything you
with it.
need to.
And you know what I was thinking about as well?
But he's also
That
been the under-21 manager, so he's probably a difficult compare. But
yeah, but he's
that
got
tells you
different,
everything.
and it also instills a kind of confidence in the under-21s player that
Yeah,
first team
I have
managers
a
coming to
future
watch
here.
us. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like we have a few really promising youngsters. One of the kids' name is Josh Abe. I really like him, but I think what's going to happen is he's probably going to end up in Madrid
Oh, okay.
because he's signed up with. So Trent Alexander-Arnold's brother is supposedly he owns like this agency
Okay.
of agents,
Just like
and
Harry
so
Kane's brother.
so he's signed this kid, Josh Abe, on recently. Well, the writing's on the wall. If Slot stays on, he's probably going to go to Madrid. And actually, I'm hearing reports that Alvaro Arbeloa actually said to Trent that you need to leave Madrid. There's no future for you here.
Oh, why did Madrid sign it?
It's a hierarchy decision, right? I don't think it was an Alonso decision.
Yeah, no, he was.
It would be probably untrue for me to say that he doesn't like Trent. Who wouldn't like a Trent in their team, right?
Yeah, no doubt, no
But
doubt.
but the problem is, I think the type of safe football that, or like the hardworking football that Arbeloa likes to play, he likes heavy metal.
I don't think Arbeloa will be there for long, by the way. I think
He's an interim manager. I think Zidane's going to be back in that chair in the summer. I'm telling you, I have a feeling Zidane's going to be back.
Because I think what's going to happen is Didier Deschamps is going to leave France after this World Cup because that's when his contract ends, and Zidane's going to sign up for the next 6 years.
Oh, with France?
Yeah, he wants to manage France.
Okay, then who's going to be Madrid manager?
That's not Zidane's problem.
Deschamps.
Haven't you heard? There are rumors.
What's the rumor?
I could be wrong, but I've heard this. I've read about this.
Are you allowed to say it?
5 days. Yeah. Who's
obviously
from saying it?
You don't want your source to fall into trouble, right?
No, I've heard this.
By the way, guys, please do not share the news that we share with you with other people.
If you guys have seen John Wick, I have a call center with John Wick style, exchanges all the information. So what I've heard in the last 4 days, twice, is that Madrid is trying to open conversation with Klopp to take over.
Yeah, he already said no. He actually said it in the media.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he's not interested.
Well, he said a lot of things in the media and backtracked, so I wouldn't really go with it.
True. But I mean, knowing Klopp, he would never go to Madrid because he's not that kind of manager that goes into your Bayerns and your Cities and your Madrids.
I don't think that's the case. I think the case is that if they present to him a good project, he might be inclined to go there.
Yeah, but again, he's not that kind of, like I'm telling you, bro, he's not the kind of manager who knows that if he goes into the job, he's not going to be given an opportunity of molding the club for at least 2 to 3 years. At Madrid, you don't get that. If you don't win, if you don't win,
I think he'll probably want those assurances. And if he does get those assurances, then...
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're not going to get those assurances at Madrid. Because you're changing the DNA. You're giving Klopp...
I said okay.
Say it again, I didn't hear it. Okay. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thank you for. नहीं तुझे मजा आ रहा था मुझे नहीं आ रहा था. I'm kidding, of course. No, we have to stay stick with the time that
Well,
we've
just
decided.
before I let you go, just give me 1 second. I want to ask you one more thing before we go away, and it's not going to take much time. So
Okay.
I want to just ask you your predictions for next week's fixtures.
Okay.
Yeah, if that's all
Let's
right.
talk about. Are we going to talk Champions League
No,
or
no,
are
no.
we talking
Premier
about
League, Premier
Premier
League.
League?
I'll tell you one by one, and you just let me know what you feel like. So first
Yallah.
game is on Saturday is Leeds Arsenal.
Leeds Arsenal. I think that's going to be a draw.
Really? You think
Yeah, I
Arsenal's
think
going
it's
to
going
drop
to be.
points again?
Yeah, I think
Yeah?
that time is actually starting. Leeds is
No. I completely
fucking
understand. But I think
yeah.
I was thinking on the lines that considering what has happened in the last 3 games where Arsenal has taken only 2 points from possible 9, I think they
Yeah,
would.
but they lost. They will not lose the game. I think they will draw, and it's going to be a 0-0 draw.
Oh, really?
I will tell you this much. I think either Leeds win or Arsenal draw. I don't think
Okay.
Arsenal is taking points.
Okay.
But what do
Okay.
you think? What do you think?
I think Arsenal's going to win.
Okay.
That's what I think. Next is Wolves and Bournemouth. At Wolves.
Bournemouth.
Yeah, I thought
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you for the score. I'm just going to ask you what it feels like.
Okay.
Brighton, Everton.
Well, you tell me this first.
I think it sounds to me like a draw, to be honest with you.
But I think Brighton's probably got a bit more firepower than
Everton has been surprising me of late.
the David Moyes,
Yeah.
the resurgence.
I don't think I need to ask you. So sorry, what was yours for Brighton, Everton?
I think it's Brighton's probably going to win that one.
Brighton, okay. Next is Chelsea, West Ham.
Ooh, would it be
What?
nice if West Ham won?
Yeah,
because
but
they've
but
recently.
it's Stamford. It's at Stamford Bridge.
Oh yeah, no, Chelsea's winning that one.
Yeah, I also think Chelsea.
They're
Now
they're
the big
they're,
one.
ba- they're they've won the last 2 games, and I think they're in good form.
And I think they've won it convincingly. Won them
Yeah.
convincingly as well. I think Chelsea's doing
Yeah,
well right
agreed.
now since Maresca's
Yeah.
left.
That's right.
Let's say next is I think this is the last game on Saturday. That's Liverpool Newcastle.
I
think
think
Pool is
that's
gonna
going to be
win.
a draw.
I think.
No,
Pool
I
will
think
win.
it's going to be a draw.
Really,
I just don't see Liverpool winning any game right now in the Premier League.
bro.
I really don't.
Actually, do you feel this?
Remember
Tell me.
remember when we spoke
No,
before
forget
the Bournemouth
Liverpool
game?
for a second. Forget Liverpool for a second. I'm just looking at from the perspective of Newcastle. You know how Newcastle plays really good in 1 week, and they're losing to something. And by the way, they've got Joe Linton and Guimaraes injured, so they both are not here. I feel Liverpool has a good chance to win that game.
I mean, yeah, we do. But what if they turn up? What if Newcastle turns up?
That's the problem. You don't know what Newcastle team you're gonna get.
You don't know
on
what
the day.
Newcastle you're going to get. Yeah.
Yeah, they lost to Aston Villa this week. Last week.
2-0. Yeah.
Was
But
it
I mean,
2-0
that
or
was
1?
no 2-0. 2-0
Yeah,
to
okay.
Aston Villa. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think. Yeah. Go on.
Next is so you're saying you're calling it a draw, right?
I'm saying it's going to be a draw. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I think Liverpool's going to win. Next is Aston Villa Brentford. I think Villa is going to win. It's at Villa Park.
Bro, Brentford are good, man. Like,
Yeah, they are.
I really like Igor Thiago.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be.
a draw.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Aston Villa is going to drop points.
Okay. Next on, so the next is United Fulham.
That'll be a real test. I think
Yes.
that's going to be a draw as well.
I agree with you actually. I think
it's going to be a 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw. I don't know the score, but I think it's going to be a draw as well.
No, but you gotta. I mean, we're shooting into the sky. Like, you might as well
I think
take a good
United
shot.
will win.
Aiwa.
Let's go big or go home.
Yeah, why not? 10-0.
Done. Serve that to me. Screw you. 10-0. You said 10-0. That means the home team score is first. So that's United. So yeah, you can't take it back, bro.
Oh, I'm not gonna say 0-10, right?
No,
when you
no.
say 10-0,
You should.
the
You
bigger
should.
number comes
You
first.
should. Sorry, too late.
Okay,
Next is
carry on.
Forest Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace.
Actually, no, Forest. Crystal Palace imploding, bro.
Bro, you asked me. Hey, my answer is
No.
Crystal Palace.
No,
What the
no,
fuck?
no.
If your
Sorry.
answer is Forest,
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
I agree.
Crystal Palace. You said what?
Crystal Palace.
Wrong. Next. The next is
Oh my God, it reminds me of school.
Tottenham and City.
Oh, this would be another game that City's going to drop points, I think.
No, bro. I think City's gonna win.
I think it's going to be a draw. Because remember, Tottenham play really well against the bigger teams. For some reason, we always have their number. I guess we're probably not a big team right now, but but Tottenham, I think, may just turn up.
Man, I don't know what's Tottenham's problem really. They've got good
Honestly.
players. I don't know what the problem is.
They've got good players. They've got a beautiful stadium. They've got a really good manager. They've got a great youth setup. They have got a really good location, so a good attractive proposition for players. I don't know what. This is why Spurs is called Spurs. They're always Spursy.
They're weird, bro. They're really
funny.
weird. They're like a conundrum. And last game of the game week would be Sunderland Burnley. And it's Sunderland home. So let's just call it that Sunderland will win that game.
Keep in mind, Burnley has defeated Liverpool.
Yeah, but then that's not a big deal.
We're probably. I did walk into that one. Okay,
No, but I think Sunderland. You know what I like about man? They're truly like a hard-working team.
I know. No, I get it. They're very hard, and this is why I think the Sunderland.
The only reason I
at
was
the
so
Stadium
sure.
of Light, they will beat even Arsenal, even City.
Yeah. That's how
good
they're
they
capable
are.
of that.
Yeah,
But
and
not Burnley.
and so that's why I think probably Sunderland, but Burnley are in a rich vein of form. They've just defeated the Premier League champions.
Probably it'll be a. They defeated.
But that's true.
They drew.
Adeel.
That was Bournemouth.
Adeel.
Even Burnley, you guys drew.
Yeah, we drew. We drew. That's right. Adeel. Who's the Premier League champion?
I don't know. Who is it?
We're doing a podcast about football. You don't know who the Premier League champion is?
I'm new to this game. Who is it? Tell me.
Adeel, the Premier League champion starts with an L. Fill the blanks.
Luton Town. Who is it? Leeds. Let me just Google the L clubs. Who is it?
Okay, let's look at this.
I don't know any other club with L. How can you support a club that starts with L? Haram.
Leicester.
Leicester.
Leicester. It's so funny trying to see North Americans try to pronounce Leicester.
Leicester.
Wow.
What?
Gemini is so intelligent.
I know.
I just asked it. English clubs that start with an L. It says Arsenal, Liverpool.
Liverpool is the champion.
I think what it thought I was asking is that English clubs that are basically an L. Arsenal. Oh my god.
Right.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Fine.
So nobody from Arsenal is going to be watching this podcast, I think.
Yeah, I think they would be. Let this be fire for their.
Let this fire. Let this burn. Let them rage bait us.
Let's see, rage bait us.
They're gonna rage bait us when Arsenal win the league in 1999.
Talk to the hand.
Talk to that. Because we don't care, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start today. Thank you,
Yeah.
everyone, for taking the time to listen to us. I know we went a little overboard. We were planning for an hour, but we just love talking about football.
Yeah, we do. And this is mind you, this is after we've talked about it yesterday.
On the same topic.
Yeah, on the
For
same topic. Yeah, exactly.
So this is a retake. You know what would be really funny is if I checked it and there's no video again. So we do take 3 tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
No. All right, guys. Take it easy.
See you, bro. Take care. Peace.
I need to stop this recording.